So most realtors are usually just posting updates and posting on social media, whichever platforms, and they're hoping things would happen here and there, and maybe some things can pick up, maybe some things cannot. But there are three bad habits that most realtors are currently making right now in 2024, and it's costing a lot of money, a lot of clients, a lot of engagement, and it's costing them to build their online presence properly. And moving into 2025, these three bad habits are going to be even more detrimental to their online presence. So in this video, I'm going to go over the three bad habits that a lot of realtors are currently doing on their social media channels right now. And moving into 2025, you want to stop these bad habits. And the very last habit is one that many realtors and even in other industries are currently doing that completely destroys social media marketing for them. But if you stick around to the end, I'll actually give you a resource that will actually help you overcome this last habit. My name is Will, and I'm a digital marketer for over 5 years, and I've been specializing mainly in social media marketing and video marketing. All right, so let's go over the very first bad habit, and it's one that many realtors do time and time over again. Even those who know that they're doing it, they try to stop doing it, but eventually they get back into doing it because it's such an addicting habit to keep doing over and over again. But instead of it actually helping you, which is the habit that's supposed to be helping you, it actually is counterintuitive in what it's supposed to do. And which the very first one is actually over promoting on your listings. I want you to think about social media being a big giant party. Now, in this big giant party, there are subsections of party or people around in groups talking. And if you're the kind of person in your own party or in the group of party, right, and you're constantly always talking about yourself and how good you are and what you can do and all of that, obviously that's going to tune people out. So that's why the same way you want to apply that as a party is the same way you want to apply it for your social media. You don't always want to be selling all the time, posting your listing, selling yourself, selling your services and all that. We get it. You have a service to sell, but you don't always have to make 90% or even 100% of your posts all about selling. Even those that don't really have anything to do with you technically, but you still plugging yourself in there as like a shameless plug. Sometimes that's okay, but if you're doing it all the time, that's where the problem comes about. And in order to help you with this, actually, so you can stop over promoting your listings and overselling yourself, there's actually a better way to do it, which we actually talk about a lot in our newsletter. But I'll let you know, it's actually just storytelling. Leaning more into storytelling is the best way that you can actually do to sell yourself in a way, but not actually come off across as you're being salesy or that car salesman, right? Or always the person who's always plugging themselves. If you can have a story, approach it more from a storytelling aspect, that's what would be better. And if you want more in-depth insights into that, of course, join our newsletter. We talk a lot about storytelling and marketing and all of that, and they just blend in well. So you might get a bit of better insights into how you can blend these both in to actually sell your services properly in the right way. Now, on to the second bad habit. This one is something that I actually did for quite a while early on in my career, and it was something that I never thought that was actually going to make any difference, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I'm just trying to get the best content out. But this part, outside of getting the best content out, this part of things and this bad habit that a lot of people do, and even a lot of other people in other industries do, is something that you need to actually pay more attention to if you are serious about social media marketing, which simply it's not looking at your analytics. Now, luckily, with all these social media platforms and different tools out there and stuff like that, there are many ways that you can actually plug into your social media account and look at your analytics. Now, the platforms themselves also have good analytics inbuilt in their platform, except for Instagram. Instagram is a little bit iffy on that. Overall, the platforms do have their analytics inbuilt in that, and you can actually take a look and see into your analytics. Now, based on your goals, you'll be focusing on different KPIs and things that you need to pay more attention to. All of that data, that's basically just data that is given to you that you need to analyze and understand what this data is telling you. Sometimes the data may not be true so all the time, especially if you have been doing a lot of these bad habits, and especially the last bad habit. If you have been doing the last bad habit habits, which will go into the third one, then that data probably is not the best for you, but you need to still look at it to understand what it's telling you. All right, so on to the third bad habit, which is very detrimental to your social media marketing, absolutely destroys your social media marketing efforts. Now, there are obviously outliers that may actually not do this third one, but then still somehow get some results. But by the time they switch on the third thing or they turn off this third bad habits, that's when they start taking off. So before we get into the third one, actually, I want to quickly just give an illustration on what this would look like. So if we are looking here at a bullseye, let's say this is a bullseye ring, right? Which I did actually have a post go out on LinkedIn, I think, about this specifically. But if you have a bullseye, right? And let's say you have, let's change the color here. And let's say, okay. And let's say this is what you're doing for the third habits, right? You're basically shooting a lot of stuff like this. You're shooting over here. If every single one of your posts are like these, that is what you're doing. That's what this bad habits is. And when you break it, here's what happens here, right? This is the ring again. This is the bullseye. Okay. And here is where your audience are, and here is where pretty much all the good things will happen for you, right? You have your audience, you have your content, everyone is interested, everyone is engaged. Here's what happens when you actually stop doing this bad habits. You start hitting around here. This is what you start doing. Occasionally, you might hit out here, and that's okay. But you start hitting more around here. So the third one is basically this. Posting without a strategy. And that is something that a lot of people and a lot of realtors don't know how to do yet and are just posting randomly. So they're just posting whatever they come up with, whatever they think is interesting to share, be it personal, be it business, whatnot. They would just share it, even though it's news or something, they just share it, and they don't have a strategy behind each of their posts. This is what happens when you go with that. You just keep firing around here, but you never get to that place there. You never get to where it matters the most to you here, which, what is, I think it's this. Okay, yeah, which you never get around here. You never get to this point here, which is the most important part for your social media marketing. If not, all of this here is wasted effort. Now, I promised you at the end of this video, I will actually give you a resource to help you overcome the last habit, especially the bad one, posting without a strategy, which we have actually put together a very simple step-by-step way, easy to understand, easy to follow through template format, a strategy that you can actually go through and actually plug things in for yourself and make things more customized to you. And that can actually help you put together a proper strategy. We have laid things out very easy with descriptions, things you can understand and stuff like that, and the decisions you need to make with some examples on there. So if you want that resource, head over to the description below, click and get your resource today. But if you want something more bespoke than that and you actually need help crafting this strategy, of course, Leet Creative, we are open for consultations. So reach out to us and give us a call, shoot us an email or something, and we can schedule a time and actually put together a strategy for you on call. And as I did mention, in the very first bad habit, which is overselling and over promoting your listings and your services, and the way to overcome that is through storytelling. So if you want to learn more about storytelling and how you can kind of weave that into, I want you to watch the video here, and that will give you a better understanding of how you can weave storytelling into your post so you don't come off more as a salesy person or a car salesy person, and it's something more engaging that people actually would connect and resonate with.